I'm sure not everybody would agree. But in this case, and looking at some of the top decks, the prominence of black-red zombies, black-red, I believe, may be the new villain. Or may be coming into its own as the new villain.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Would you just get some more amusing information?
We found out of the top 16 players who are possibly live for top 8, 9 of them are playing black-red zombies.
All right, it's official. New villain.
New villain, certainly.
I mean, you can dislike Sphinx's Revelation all you want, but if you're winning, you're at the top tables this much, and you've got a card in your deck named Hell Rider, you're clearly a villain. Yeah. So
West Wise starting on a not a very fast, especially on the draw, to have turn 1 Guildgate, turn 2 Gravecrawler is certainly weaker than. I mean, that's encouraging for Andrew Davis.
Sure. And he thinks about it and says, "I'll unsummon your Gravecrawler."
It's essentially a life gain spell.
Yeah, exactly. It was gain 2 life, kind of set you back a little bit.
Did he have the Augur when he made that play?
I believe so. Yeah. So it was an end step, unsummon, untap into
no
into
land
Augur.
for Andrew Davis. I'm surprised that he unsummoned when he had a 1/3 in hand.
Yeah.
As that essentially negates the Gravecrawler.
Blanks it. Yeah. But.
And West Wise also with only 2 lands.
So that favors the zombie deck. If both players are going to be on 2 lands, West Wise is going to have the advantage here. So.
All right, and so a blocker using Azorius. Oh, and powerfully Azorius charms the Dryograph Ghoul, blocks Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler's going to die and not be able to be recast unless West has another 1-drop. Which he's going to show him what for, is he? Oh, no, he's going to then Pillar the Augur.
Yeah,
and cast Gravecrawler. That's very peculiar. Well, I guess he really wants to get out of the way if he has a hand of all Gravecrawlers.
Sure. Yeah. And Augur number 2.
So still no lands for either player. Those Gravecrawler's not going to do too much because of all the unsummoned found by Andrew Davis. This is really going to be a match of whoever hits their land first right now. Neither player is really able to establish much of a board presence.
Yeah, this is actually kind of comical. So you see Diagraph Ghoul.
It comes into play tapped.
2.
Wes has missed that. I mean, it's not going to matter. It's not like Andrew Davis is attacking.
Yeah.
And third land, advantage quickly to Davis.
And a Geist of Saint Trapped. As you know, Gravecrawler can't block.
The only creature that can block is Diagraph Ghoul. Andrew, unless West Wise draws a land, which it does not look like he has, Andrew Davis is actually may be able to come the aggro deck.
Yeah, and Wes knows Andrew has the unsummon, so
right, so
Wes
no point in leaving that blocker.
Exactly. So he's going to go ahead and attack. You're going to see Gravecrawler. One of the Gravecrawlers blocked by the Augur. Gets in for 4 here, and again pillar your Augur. And replay Gravecrawler.
So it's interesting. Andrew's 1 creature swings for 6, as does Wes's 3.
Yeah, so this is a race that favors Wes, I believe here, right?
It's got to favor Davis. Davis has the lands. He has the unsummons and an active haunt.
Absolutely. Sorry.
If Wes doesn't hit lands, no. The problem is that Wes doesn't have ways to answer the Geist, whereas Davis has plenty of ways to deal with these little dudes. And it looks like Wes has drawn in Dragon Skull Summons, but that will come into play tapped.
That's a Guildgate. Yeah, you're right. Oh, so Restoration Angel
takes down the Diagraph Ghoul. West Wise does have another pillar. You may have to pillar the Angel here.
And he very well might. I mean, I don't see why he doesn't here. He's got no other play.
Untapped land. So Diagraph Ghoul, pillar on Angel.
So triple pillar, keeping West Wise in this game.
Right. Kind of. So Davis at 12, Wes at 14. Davis is in a really good spot here.
Sure. And I just mean, if he only had one of those pillars, there'd still be a live Augur and a live Restoration Angel.
And the Restoration would have blinked the Augur.
Exactly.
All sorts of misery.
So in with the Geist of Saint Traft and the Angel, says Andrew Davis. Wes untaps.
Wes's play, Andrew's play here may just be to make a Moorland Haunt token.
So was that an Azorius charm, a life-linking Azorius charm? It was.
All right, so Azorius charm, use just to attempt to try to win the race.
Yeah, and not bad. So a Dissipate for Wes's Geralf's Messenger, and it looks significantly in
Wes is
Andrew's
at
favor
2,
here.
and he's gonna. There's 2 lethal attackers here. You know, we knew about the unsummon, and it was there.
So the unsummon gets rid of the blocker, and Geist gets in with Angel, and
Turn is
Wes
passed.
is.
I think Wes is on his last wheels here.
Yeah, he has a Thundermaw Hellkite he can't cast. Not quite sure what else he has there. He's got a Geralf's Messenger that's not going to be able to block next turn. He appears to have the 4th pillar, but again, that's not going to help him out of this situation. Attacks with both Gravecrawlers, and he's going to replay that Ghoul, but I mean, yeah, Ghoul comes into play tapped. He leaves 2 mana open, representing some sort of answer.
The last card in hand is Davis will Thought Scour, but I mean, yeah, Wes needs to deal with both of these creatures. He doesn't. I don't think he has anything.
No, I think he's kind of.
He could have nothing. There isn't a card. There's no combination he could have that will save him here. Just wants to see Davis do it. All right,
and there comes the
concession. So Andrew Davis, both players mana screwed. One who draws out of it first gets the game, and that was Andrew Davis.
What's that on his shirt? Because I can see him. The guy behind him that's watching it looks like the same shirt.
Unclear.
Yeah, can't quite see it. Trying to give. Looks like one of those team shirts kind of things.
Sure.
Just guessing. It looks. Does it not look like the same shirt?
It is the same one. Absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe somebody on Twitter, friends with these guys, will fill us in. But going to sideboards. What does it say? Red Cap's Corner? Ah, Red Cap's Corner. Okay. So maybe it's a store.
Alright, so yeah, going into the sideboard for this.
Emmett Gore says, there are no heroes in this format. It's all villains. It's Joker versus Lex Luthor everywhere, and they all have nukes.
Slightly dramatic.
But I like it. It's a game store from Philly? Okay, shout out to you guys. Red Cap's Corner. So yeah, going to the boards here.
All right, so largely this matchup is supposed to be one that's favorable for Wes Wise, especially when he's on the play. He doesn't have too many cards out of the board that he can use. His deck: Nighthawk, Victim, Bonfire, Conscripts, Appetite for Mage. I don't even know if he changes the card.
That's exactly what I'm thinking here. It's like not anything that's a clear upgrade or a clear, like, hey, this is a nice trump.
Andrew Davis, on the other hand, does have some trumps. He has 2 Detention Spheres.
2 Righteous Blow.
Yeah, that's a card. It's I'm not sure. I mean, I think he's going to board it in here because he clearly believes that to be a good card in this matchup.
Yeah, it's for this
matchup. I'm not sure actually how much I like it. It slows. It's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it's a white shock for attacking creatures.
Right. So the card,
it's attacking or blocking.
Pillar, obviously.
Yeah, sure, that would be much better.
Yeah.
But I believe Jerry Thompson has mentioned it before. I believe I also saw it in Stanislav Sifka's article on Blue White. So it is not completely out of left field.
Right. Yeah. So he's important. I think a pair of Detention Spheres, a pair of Righteous Blows, an Oblivion Ring, maybe some number of Symphony Verdict. I'm not totally sure about that. But this matchup certainly gets a lot better for Davis after board.
A pair of Purify the Grave, if he. If he wants to deal with some of those early zombies a little bit, it's not that great. It's along the same lines as Cremate.
It's like those zombies plays out of the graveyard. Graveyard hate is just not what you want against them because what you need is these action business spells early on, and a card like Purify the Grave isn't that.
Yeah, it's one thing to deal with something targeted by Unburial Rites. Dealing with a 1-drop that keeps coming back isn't that impressive. I mean, sure, it's nice to deal with permanently with a Geralf's Messenger, but it's not a lot of value in it. But then again, we could see it. I could see him bringing it in because it's not as if it's completely dead or something in this matchup, and it does do it twice with the flashback. If you're just joining us, you guys are catching us right at the cusp of Game 2 of the final round of Standard of the StarCityGames.com Open Series in Baltimore. We've got Wes Wise with the new villain, at least that's what I'm calling it, Black Red Zombies. We've seen it win the last 2 consecutive North American Grand Prix, and
certainly
it is
here
saturating the top tables,
yeah,
right?
Really good way to put that. Is one of our 2 decks already in top 8, and looks to be a lot more of them.
Andrew Davis on Blue-White Flash up a game. Plenty of time left for both of these guys. Andrew on Blue-White Flash, a deck that has been on the radar for about a month, ever since Adam Prosak originally showed up to an open with it, and we've seen some players making some modifications. You mentioned splashing black for Lingering Souls. We've seen several players splashing red for Pillar. I believe Jerry Thompson
certainly
also
in this
advocated
metagame, the Pillar splash seems to be the correct one.
Yeah, Andrew's going with just straight up blue-white. His has a little bit more of a controlling end to it. Like it's not really a lot, but it just slightly leaning towards the late game with the pair of Jace Architect of Thought. He does have 2 copies of Sphinx's Revelation. That's not too crazy either, but he's got a little bit of a late game.
So Wes Wise tapped Blood Crypt on the play. He has not kept a hand with a 1-drop.
He did mulligan also.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure he mulliganed.
Knight of Infamy is his turn 2 play. That's pretty decent in the matchup. Does not get blanked by Augur Bolus, does not get Righteous Blow, and doesn't get Azorius Charmed. It's pretty solid. So swing for 3 by Wes Wise. Will be taken. Yeah, I can't think of anything he'd have in response to it. He could unsummon it, I suppose. And we'll see if Vampire Nighthawk. So Wes Wise has gone for his sideboard. Nighthawk's okay here. It's kind of low on the power to toughness ratio, on the power to mana cost ratio, which is I think why it's typically not for this sort of matchup. But
maybe it's just all about the death touch against the Restoration Angels.
But even then it trades, and that's that's still good for the flash deck. I don't particularly like it here.
Yeah, it gets Essence scattered nevertheless. So
yep. So it does its job.
Right. And we see an unsummon from Andrew for the now attacking Knight of Infamy.
For the now infamous Knight.
Yes.
And he'll go this time for Nighthawk instead of recasting the Knight of Infamy. And that's Thought Scour on end step from Andrew Davis.
Hits Righteous Blow Cavern.
Yep. Davis with a full set of Snapcaster Mages, so now with a lot of really live targets for that.
Land number 4 for Andrew.
So the thing is, yeah, I think that if a Restoration Angel, well, because we know about Knight of Infamy, Restoration Angel won't be able to block Vampire Nighthawk very well. So, all right, Knight of Infamy, and with Snapcaster will hit Essence Scatter, and that's huge. Knight of Infamy was a pretty real card here. I think Andrew once again is looking really strong in this matchup.
Yeah, he's successfully dealing with most of what West is putting on the table.
Right.
And now has presented a threat himself. Now, if he has the one of his 2 Rune Chanter's Pike, he can even start swinging back. He could start swinging back anyway, but he could start swinging back with a significant clock.
All right, so yeah, Andrew's still at a very healthy 15 life.
5 mana open. And Wes now on the offensive. Looks like he's just going to go ahead with the Nighthawk. Nighthawk, meet Azorius Charm. Back to the top.
And yeah, time really on Andrew Davis' side. He's done this. He's played this game in a way where he keeps creating more time for himself and really is pulling ahead.
And there's Jace, Architect of Thought. Gonna tick up. And puts Jace out of range of the burn spells.
Right.
Or oh no, that was, never mind. He -2. I thought he was going to tick up. I'm sorry, he starts on 4. So.
Interesting enough, Andrew Davis has kept Geist of St. Traft in post board. It's probably fine. So, and he'll say that 2 cards are definitely better than 1 here. Wes has presented no threats. Because no threats, Andrew will be more than happy just to take more lands and more spells, which is exactly what Augur is. You know, that's essentially 3 cards instead of 1. Andrew play Augur. He doesn't really feel a need to leave up counter magic right now. He presumably has answers to most of the things that Wes can do, and there comes Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah, he's setting things up to put this game out of reach for Wes.
Right, the Revelation's already at 3. Volley redirected at Jace will knock Jace down, but Wes has no way to deal damage. And a Nighthawk down from Wes. Andrew, 7th land. No need yet. He can Restoration Angel, the Augur of Bolus, or the Snake, and he just has go. He can just say go here if he wants.
Yeah, he really doesn't have to do anything. And an Oblivion Ring.
The Nighthawk, sure. That's good. That's fine. That might even be more aggressive than I'd want to play it. I might just do nothing.
Yeah, he's got such inevitability already. But he's gonna go aggro. And you see Restoration Angel.
Restoration Angel. This is main phase?
It may be still main phase. I believe it is. No, it was an end step because West just passed. Just no land, no attack.
And I think West must see the writing on the walls here.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Wes at all.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of dispirited out of it. He's not even blocking the Snapcaster Mage. And another Diagraph Ghoul. Off Blood Crypt.
Sphinx's Revelation for 4.
Yeah, Wes is really patsed in, you know, like on that play, tapping the Blood Crypt, not the Swamp. You know,
it does seem that way. It seems like he's not even there.
I think he knows. Yeah, Revelation doesn't stay on the table. He points that out.
No, it doesn't. He does. He is aware of that.
Davis life total, back up to 19. Full grip, probably Revelationed into Revelation.
Detention sphere away your board.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. This is.
And everybody in 4, 5, 6. Andrew Davis is likely going to take this. I don't know that Wes can come back. I think he's a little frustrated that he's stuck on 3 lands, and I believe he's got a couple of 5-drops in hand.
Yeah, and even so, Davis had a pretty good. Wes's start was pretty weak, and in this matchup, it's the fast starts that beat him.
There it is. Wes just got to give up. Yeah.
All right, so Andrew Davis in our top 8 now at 27 points, went 9-1 on the day, playing Blue-White Flash. So the top 8 will not be entirely Black-Red Zombies.